Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
Happy Friday, baseball fans. Before the weekend series get underway, here are the highlights from Thursday's action. Starting off in the National League East, the Cubs were in D.C. to take on the Nationals, and it was the Cubbies who came away victorious. The final was 11-4. Anthony Rizzo launched a pair of home runs and drove in 4 along the way. He is among the National League leaders in home runs. Drake Britton earned the victory on the mound, his first of the season. Right now, the Nationals are in first place in the NL East, a sizable 7 games ahead of second. The Reds took on the Phillies in the city of brotherly love, and it was the Reds who emerged in this one 5-0. Mike Leake started and pitched well enough to earn his 6th victory of the season. He is among the NL leaders in shutouts. Looking at the standings, the Phillies sit in last place in the National League East. They're 16.5 games out of first. The Reds sit in first place in the National League Central Division, 3.5 games ahead of second. The New York Mets were in Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks, and it was the D-backs who grabbed the victory, the final 4-3. As of today, the Diamondbacks sit in 4th place in the National League West, 9 games back. The Mets sit in 4th place in the National League East Division. They're 13.5 out of first place. The St. Louis Cardinals did battle with the Dodgers in the entertainment capital of the world, and it was the boys in blue who emerged in this one, the final 7-3. Cougar Buckeye showed off his power, blasting 2 home runs and picking up 3 RBIs in the process. Eric Bedard held the opposition in check, allowing only 1 earned run over 8 strong innings and earning the win. At the moment, the Dodgers are leading the National League West. They have a 4.5 game cushion. The Cardinals sit in 3rd place in the National League Central Division, 5 games back. The Twins were in Boston to take on the Red Sox, and it was the Red Sox who held on for the win in extra innings. The final score was 3-2. Junichi Tozawa pitched well enough to earn his first victory of the year. Right now, the Red Sox are in 3rd place in the AL East, 11.5 games out of first. The Twins are in last place in the AL Central, 16 games out of first. The A's were in Motown to take on the Tigers at Comerica Park, and it was Detroit who was victorious. The final was 10-7. Miguel Cabrera was a major force at the plate as he drove in 4. As of today, he is the RBI leader in the American League. Looking at the standings, the Tigers sit in 3rd place in the American League Central. They're 7 games back. The A's are in last place in the AL West, 11 games out of first. The Indians were at the K to do battle with the Royals, and it was the Tribe who came away victorious, the final 5-3. As of today, the Royals are in 4th place in the AL Central, 9 games back. The Indians are 2nd in the division, 6 games out of first. The Tampa Bay Rays visited the M's at Safeco Field in Seattle. The Rays came away with the win. The final was 9-4. Evan Longoria picked up 5 RBIs and really made the difference in this one. His modest hitting streak was also extended to 5 straight games. At the moment, the Mariners sit in 3rd place in the American League West Division. They're 7 games back.
Inside the Show with
Here comes a 1-2. And a bouncing ball, foul. He'll try again, 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Ooh, there's a tough one to take right there on a 1-2 pitch, especially after fighting off so many pitches leading up to that one.
And the knuckle curve freezes him as he becomes out number 1. So the base is empty here with 1 away. And stepping in, the all-star third baseman, David Wright. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Yeah, those are the ones you like to start in that bat, especially your first time up.
I agree. Give me a nice, easy one in the dirt that I can take so I can really get ahead in that count early.
Changed things up on him, and he got him to swing through it. 1-2 now.
Yeah, it's so hard to stay back against a guy like this. unless you guess right, that thing's just so slow that it's almost impossible to keep from getting out on your front foot.
Yeah, make it back-to-back strikeouts here to start the inning.
Bronco Dutch will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. In the air to center field and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center, number 22 on the year. As the Braves get on the board first, it's 1-0.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Bronco Dutch will be the batter as we get things going in the bottom of the 6th. Now here's the first pitch. Oh, and here's a fastball right down the middle of the plate that swung on and hit out to deep left field, and this one's not coming back. This is a long home run. Solo shot here to left. 6th home run on the season for him. As the Braves get on the board first, it's 1-0.
Talk about instant offense. How about the first pitch of the inning? He's just hoping to get ahead here with a first pitch strike, but now all of a sudden, you got a guy. Then a game plan has been the execution of that game plan. You're exactly right. They've held this lineup at bay.
This is past the mound and into center field for a base hit.
Back into the stretch for him again as we take a look at his line so far. It's almost like he's kept that shutout going with smoke and mirrors because he's definitely given up his share of base runners. They just haven't amounted to anything so far.
Andrelton Simmons will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And guys, you can't win if you can't score, so there's probably not a whole lot of debate about who'll take home Topps Player of the Game honors in this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't sleep.
Inside the Show Inside the Show with Justin. Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
Welcome, everyone. Let's jump right in and revisit the news and events from Monday. Looking first at the NL East, the Phillies were in the ATL to match up against the Braves, and the Braves made short work of the opposition for the victory, 8-1. A.J. Pierzynski showed off his power, blasting 2 home runs and picking up 3 RBIs in the process. He is among the National League leaders in home runs. Julio Teheran gave the bullpen a day off, turning in a complete game effort in the win. He is currently among the NL leaders in earned run average. The Marlins visited the Nets in the nation's capital, and it was the Marlins who came out on top. The final was 2-0. The Dodgers paid visit to the Brew Crew at Miller Park in Milwaukee, and it was the Brewers who grabbed the win. The final score was 3-2. Aramis Ramirez was a force at the plate, driving in 3 runs. The Cubs were in St. Louis to take on the Cardinals.